Hey man, this is James once again, and welcome again to the Man Go podcast, where we go beyond the surface into meaningful and inspiring conversations surrounding the issues men face. They say men are from Mars and women are from Venus, and we have landed here on planet Earth trying to get along. My wife and I, Blondelle, have been married for over 16 years, and in this episode, we're going to be teaching you some principles that we have learned from being together. It's not about how long you have been married, but it's the quality of the relationship you have managed to produce. In this episode, we're going to be unpacking things like how a man can need sex but not want sex, how affection for a woman can be translated into her security and her protection. Listen, it's going to be good. I don't want you to miss it. Let's do this. Yes, well, good evening. And tonight is special. Tonight is Valentine's night, where lovers, they go out and they enjoy each other. And tonight is a very special podcast because I have with me my wife of 16 years, Blondelle Brown. Yes.
Hi everyone.
Yes, I'm excited to have her on the show. She has really been the woman behind the man. She has been the talent behind the Man Go podcast since we launched in January 13th, our very first show. She's controlling the editing and the designing, and she's doing an amazing job. And I'm just so happy to have her by my side, right? Yes, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. All right, so we're going to be talking about his needs, her needs. And, I find sometimes in relationship that we need to find a language to communicate with each other, to actually get ahead in our relationship, because the same word for a man can mean a totally different thing for a woman, right? So we're going to be unpacking some of that tonight, and it's going to be exciting. Well, Blondelle, she's a mentor, she's a coach, she's part of the International Mentor Association. Also, she's the founder and president of the Moms Are Us, and also the Prayer Academy. And she's an author, speaker, wife, girlfriend.
Woman of many hats.
Yes, so we're going to really be talking to her tonight. And so we're going to be looking at his needs, her needs. All right, so sit back, relax, get your spouse, get your wife, your husband, let the kids go in the other room, and let's unpack some of this. It's going to be exciting. So let's start off first, honey. Let's talk about women. What is one of the number one need for a woman? Probably not the number one, but what are one of the needs that a woman would have?
All right, just before I delve into the good stuff, I just want to take this opportunity to thank my dear husband James on the launching of this podcast, Man Go, going beyond the surface. And so I find that this is a very meaningful and powerful platform for men to be educated about themselves, and for those who they love to also be educated about the male species as well. So yes, the needs of women. I love you, hon, but I am here for the ladies. I'm here to represent the ladies tonight.
Okay.
And so the first need that I have on my list, it's affection.
Oh, affection.
Affection, that's right.
So what does that mean you see a word, right?
Yes.
And it means a different thing to a man and how we interpret it. But what does it mean when you say affection for a woman?
Okay, that's a very good question. So affection speaks to a non-sexual expression from a man to a woman, to his partner. And so what that means is that the woman wants to be certain that she's loved, that she's cared for, and she's protected. And so when a man expresses affection to her, it secures her in her emotions, right? And so that's what affection is. Affection can be displayed in many different ways. One of the common ways that affection is being shown is through hugs. Women love kisses, women love flowers. All these kind gestures and actions really indicate to a woman that she is being cared for, that she is loved.
Wow. So I'm hearing coming out caring, I'm hearing coming out protection, right? That's another thing. Okay, so what I want to know, and this is for the benefit of the men out there, we talk about touching.
Yes.
Right? What does a woman communicate as a touch of affection as opposed to like a sexual touch?
Okay, so for a woman, she wants to know that that touch, that expression that she's getting, it's not a sexual advancement because the both are totally different.
Okay.
So she wants to know that she's cared for, she's loved without any ulterior motives. And so that's what affection expresses to a woman, that, you know, I love you beyond your body, beyond your physical attraction. So that's what affection does. It can actually be a turn off for a woman when a man only shows that sort of affection when he wants to have sex. It's actually a turn off because it's showing that it comes off as a sense of manipulation, like you're only showing me affection because you want the end result to be sex. So she wants it to be solo. She wants to have that feeling that she is worthy of your love and care and protection without it being physical. So that's what affection speaks of to a woman.
That's deep. Non-sexual. You hear that, guys?
And I just want to add, seeing that it's Valentine's Day, many men say that they don't believe in Valentine's and stuff like that. For a woman, it's not about the day. It's not about whether you believe in it or not. It's just a day where she feels that, you know, her love is being celebrated. She gets the bouquet of flowers and, you know, the hugs, the chocolates and all the good stuff. And this speaks volume to her that she is being cared for and, you know, that attention is being put on her.
The woman needs affection.
We need affection.
Yes, yes. So, well, let's talk about men.
All right.
Let's talk about men.
And so we touched on affection for women. So my question to you, hon, is what is first on your list for the need of a man?
Great. So this might not be first on every man's list, but one of the needs for a man is respect. Yes, respect. That's how a man translates love, by respecting him. And I want to talk about this. So let me first define respect, because respect for a woman is different, because women do need respect.
Yes.
You need us to respect your rights, your wishes.
Yes.
All right. You need us to conduct ourselves in a certain manner that does not violate the respect that we have for our spouses, right? However, the respect that we're talking about here is to hold in high esteem.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yes.
Let's unpack that right now.
Yes. So respect for a man is to hold in high esteem and to honor him.
Wow.
Are you understanding me? So let's put it this way. He wants to know you respect him because you admire his abilities, his qualities, and his achievements.
Wow.
So let's put it this way. So not because some men, they have not achieved anything significant, and you find that's a problem in relationship. Like some women want to know, well, you know, why do I respect him? You have not achieved anything significant. Listen, it's an inherent nature in a man to want to be respected.
Wow.
Yeah, so you respect his ability, his potential, you respect his quality, something innate, and then you also respect his achievements. Yes.
That's powerful. That's powerful. So I'm hearing you say that respect, a man wants to be praised.
Yes.
You know, not just in terms of what he's doing right now, but even the plans that he wants to achieve in the future. He wants to hear, ooh, that I think you can do it.
Definitely.
You know, you should go after that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. And the mistake that women make out there is that women give men what they need. The Bible says, husband, love your wife.
Yes.
Wife, respect your husband. So when a woman gives a man love, what is love? Like for instance, love is, it's a very, very, you know.
Let's use the example of flowers.
Right.
Yes.
So you send me flowers, you hug me, you talk about kissing, you say, honey, I love you.
Yes.
But if you do all of that, honey, and not respect me, I see it as betrayal.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
I see it as betrayal.
I hope you're taking notes tonight, because this is some good stuff that we're
I'm telling you, so the women have the tendency to give the man what she needs. Because it's natural for a woman to love.
Yes.
And we usually give the language that we speak.
Yes.
But you have to respect him. So the question is, how do a woman respect a man?
How do a woman respect?
That's it.
Respect for her man.
Yes. So I'm going to give you the first point out there. The first point is to value his words.
Wow.
Value his words. value his counsel, value his advice.
Yes.
As men, we are natural teachers, we are instructors. We like to know that we are telling people what to do. You know?
Advice.
That's it. And the worst thing for a woman to do is to devalue what a man says and value what someone else says.
Wow.
Yes.
I've actually heard situations like that where husbands become irate and irritated because they would say something at home.
Right.
Their wives would not listen, but they would go and seek counsel from an authority figure, say a pastor.
Right.
And the pastor more or less tells the wife the same thing, the very same thing that the husband says.
Yes.
But she's more willing to do it because it comes from someone else, an authority figure, and not a husband.
And it's amazing you said that, honey, because I remember counseling men, and I was, I took up a friend of mine, we went out for a drink, and he was having problems in his marriage. And you know what he told me? He told me that, James, he said, listen, she doesn't listen to me, but she listens to the pastor and tell me what the pastor said. He said, I hate it.
Oh, wow. So that's like disrespect.
That's disrespect. And that's the opposite of respect.
Yes.
Disrespect.
Wow.
All right? So we really got to learn this language. Another way that you can respect the man is by believing in his dreams.
Wow.
There's nothing more that can affect a man when you don't believe in his dreams. And you have to be a person or a woman, you believe in his dream, and also you see how you can make those dreams come to pass.
Wow.
And you did it for me. Yeah, you did it for me with this podcast. This podcast is really a reality because of this wonderful woman here. She keeps saying, honey, I see you doing this, you can do this, and you were so behind me and you came on board. Not only did you tell me I can do it, you're the one who's doing the editing and the design and all of these good stuff that you're seeing.
It's my pleasure.
Wow. Respect.
Yes.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Right. So you have to praise his accomplishment as well. That's the third point. Praise his accomplishment in private and in public. Great. So let's talk about women. What's another need for women?
Okay, for us ladies, we need intimate conversations. Intimate conversations.
Yes. Wow.
This is very interesting because I find that men have the tendency to think that women just talk because they love to talk.
Okay.
We do not talk because we love to talk. We talk to express how we feel. Women are more expressive than men. So we would say 1,000 words just to come to one conclusion. So it means that a man has to be very attentive to what we are saying. Total opposite to a man. You ask a man, how was his day? Oh, I had a good day. And that's it. For a woman, the woman is going to tell you about her day at work, when she went to the mall, what happened, someone who said something that hurt her feelings. She's going to tell you about everything.
Wow.
That transpired throughout her day. And that's how we are. We love to express ourselves, our feelings, our desires, our aspirations with words. So men have to be very, very attentive of that.
So listening is a very that one of the components in intimate conversation. And right? the ability to listen.
Yes, let's listen well. And be respectful as well when we're speaking, not to look disinterested. Ask questions. Ask questions about what we say. Investigate. Do some research. So that it's balanced. You're not just speaking, but you're showing an interest in what we're talking about as well.
So what I'm hearing you say, which is so powerful for men, is listening.
Yes.
Asking questions.
Absolutely.
Asking questions shows that you're interested.
Yes.
Because real quickly, for men, we're fixers.
Yes.
We like to fix things. So immediately when you come and you start talking about problem, hey, honey, you know what happened? This girl did this, and you're going on, right? And we're saying, okay, well, just forget about her, and we're so quick to fix. But we have to listen.
Yes.
Then we can learn, and then we can lead. That's amazing.
So
that's powerful.
And I just want to mention as well that the conversations for a woman goes on different levels. So she begins with basic conversations.
Okay.
Right. That happened while we were dating.
Right.
Sometimes when people are dating, it's like they're talking so much. The woman is pouring out and revealing things about herself that the man didn't know about, and he's learning as well. Sometimes it's like, who's gonna have up first? Because it's so interesting. For me, I used to talk until my phone got hot,
Right.
and still debate who's going to hang up first.
Yes.
And that's the kind of thing that we want to continue, even when we go beyond dating. We want you to listen, attentively to what we're saying.
Because they said communication happens on different levels.
Yes,
It happens on a factual level.
Factual level.
Then you move to the level of thoughts. You communicate your thoughts. Then you communicate your feelings.
Feelings.
And anytime you see somebody's going to communicate the facts, and they don't want to give an input of their thoughts and opinions and feelings, that's not a very deep conversation.
That's so true.
That's not intimate,
And the tricky part of it as well is when you get on the height, that height of conversation where you begin to express your feelings about things. It's very tricky because for a woman, that's when she want to really make sure that her partner is really listening, because it's meaningful to her. So if she pours out and begin to reveal things about herself and it looks like her partner is not interested, is being judgmental and stuff like that, the woman have a tendency to shut down. And this could affect so many different facets of the relationship. It goes back, it could affect sex, it could affect the respect and all of these things. So we have to be very mindful that we are on the same level when it comes to communication.
Interesting. So I'm learning. I never stop learning. Intimate conversations. So men, it's all about the listening. It's all about the patience to ask questions, not to be so quick to solve the problem and to fix. When she's complaining, she just needs to be heard.
Yes.
She just needs a listening ear, and not just a listening ear, but attentive listening.
Absolutely.
Show your attention. You listen with your eyes.
Yes.
You give her that attention. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Wow. Let's talk about men, right? The next
Yes.
one.
So what's your next point?
My next point. Well, we can't leave out.
I actually thought that would have been number one.
Yes, sexual fulfillment.
Yes.
Sexual fulfillment. What is sexual fulfillment? Yes, so let me sort of bring meaning to that.
That's very interesting that you said sexual fulfillment and not just sex. What's the difference between both of them?
Yeah, because you see, many times a woman believes that once a man gets sex, he's satisfied. But sometimes a man could get sex and be the most dissatisfied. So sexual fulfillment, let me just sort of bring a meaning to this.
Yes.
Sexual fulfillment for a man is when he actually enjoys the sexual experience and the sexual encounter with his partner.
Okay.
So we feel fulfilled when you are fulfilled, when you have an orgasm, when you are into it.
Yes.
That's when we feel fulfilled. So a man could need sex but not want sex.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. A man could need sex but not want sex, because a man wants to be wanted.
Wow.
Yes, he wants to be wanted.
And what are some ways that, signify that he's wanted?
Yeah.
How can a woman show that, show a man that, I want you?
Great. So,
to the opposite.
well, she can show it in so many different ways. Like, one of the ways is participation. A lot of times women feel that, okay, sex is the man thing. Oh, you want it. So guess what? You wash up the dishes. You get the house. You prepare the environment for sex. You put the kids to bed. You do this. So you find the man, because he needs sex, he's doing all of these things, but the woman does primarily hardly anything, right? So we want the woman to be engaged and involved. Participate to even, not even when you reach to the bedroom, but participate leading up to the bedroom.
Ooh,
send a text.
Okay.
Yes,
Send
remember?
text.
Yeah, remember that text you sent me?
When you almost got into an accident.
Yes, send the text, and trust me, you see that text, it prepares you. Even when you get home, part of the way you can participate is, guess what? Get a soft light.
Yes.
Music. Set the atmosphere.
Setting.
Music. Go in the bed. Have on your lingerie. Wait on me.
I hear you.
Men want women to wait on them sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes you come home and you already communicate that you're gonna have sex, and then you come home and then things are not prepared, and so a man would want, because sex is a need is a necessity. However, a want is a luxury. And they have some couples they're just meeting needs. Meeting needs. Needs are important, yes, but we want that fulfillment, that sexual fulfillment. So ways that a woman can do that quickly. Let's run with this. Preparedness.
Okay.
Get prepared. Prepare the environment. Prepare.
Set the atmosphere.
That's it. Mentally, physically. Take a cold shower. Dress. You know, women have a way whereby a woman feels sexy when she looks sexy.
That's true.
Okay, yes. Talk to me now. Yeah. So you know, when you have on the nice laundry, you feel sexy.
Yes.
You know, so that's a place of readiness. Put on something nice. Spray on a nice cologne. Take a shower. All right. Yes.
Let on the hair.
Let on the hair. If you cook and you're greasy, wash off the grease.
That's funny.
Right? Yeah. The next thing you can do to prepare is practice. Let's say if you practice something for 21 days, it becomes a habit. And a lot of these things we're talking about is learned behavior.
Yes.
Because it's natural for you to speak your language. It's natural for you to fall into that routine of, you know, but you have to put work into it.
Just like for a man with affection.
That's it. We have to practice affection.
Yes.
We're not naturally affectionate. I mean, I told my wife the other day, I said, listen, when I call you and tell you that I love you and I miss you, I feel nothing, honestly. And we understand this.
Yes.
It's not anything wrong with that. You don't feel anything, but it's what she needs. It's not what you need. I heard one pastor say one time is that gasoline.
Yes.
You don't drink gasoline, but the car needs gasoline.
Yes.
So that's why it's functioning with gasoline. So another one is participation, like we mentioned. Get involved and participate in the whole experience. Good.
All right, that was
Yeah,
good.
that was a mouthful.
Sexual fulfillment.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's the next need for a woman?
Okay, so the next need that I have for a woman is transparency. Transparency. And I see many examples in which transparency is not practiced in a relationship. Most of the time it's on the side of the man, unfortunately. But for a woman, transparency, openness, and honesty are very important key factors. For a woman, we want to know that we are not just secured in terms of affection, but also secured. We want to know that our men belongs to us and no one else. We want to know that we can be open to say anything, absolutely anything. Nothing is being hidden, you know. You're free to speak on your phone in front of your spouse, free to maneuver messages, text messages, emails and stuff like that. So someone who hides a lot, you know, it creates an atmosphere of suspicion, and that's something that we don't want in our relationships. We want honesty. We want to know that, you know, we can trust our spouses, our partners. You know, no shady business. We want to know that for sure. We can speak highly of them to our family members, to our friends. And so transparency is very key. We want them to be transparent. I find sometimes, you know, there's lack of transparency even in terms of, you know, different areas, finance, about the past. You know, when you're going into a relationship with someone, you want to know what you're getting. You want to know everything that's in the bag. You know,
because I mean, I learned this just in conversation with you today when we were talking about the fact that should a man be transparent about his past, like his past girlfriends and what he did? But you're telling me that a woman likes that.
Yes.
However, for a man, it's so different. A man don't really want to hear about your past boyfriends, right? But it seems as though it is something that, you know, a woman receives and likes, right? And it seems to me, and I'm asking you this, does a woman like a man to be, does transparency allows the man to be vulnerable? Does women like a man to be vulnerable?
Absolutely. Okay. Vulnerability is very key in relationships, you know. The more you hide, the more trust is taken away. The more trust is taken away, the wife doesn't give up herself fully and entirely to her mate.
So you just don't want that knight in shining armor, the hard side of him. You want that soft side.
Actually, there are two things that can happen when truth is exposed. I find when truth is discovered in a way that is not revealed to the woman, she becomes more broken, more distrustful with her spouse. So she doesn't know what to believe. But when you find a man now come and confess his mistakes and his downfalls, you know, things that happened in the past, and he really is sorry about what happened, the woman is more forgiving, you know, and they're willing to work out whatever it is that he might be struggling with. When you find things like this happen, it actually causes the relationship to become stronger.
So
because-
transparency can lead to trust.
Yes,
Trusting him more
absolutely. Yes.
if he's open.
Yes, that's
not if he
right.
hides.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Exactly. So
Whoa.
that's what we want.
Yes, wow.
That's
I hope
what
you
we're
did
saying.
learn something out of this. I'm learning it all over again. Trust me, I'm learning just as you are learning.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Great.
transparency.
Great. So the next thing on the list of a man.
Yes, tell me, what's your next
Yes, let's
point
go,
that you
let's
have for
go.
need of a man? Admiration.
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 This sounds very similar to respect. Would you tell us what's the difference
Yeah.
between admiration? What do
Sure.
men
I
look
think-
for
yes.
when he is seeking for admiration?
So let me bring some language to this now. So admiration for a man is he wants you to like him. Yes. Some women, they love their man, but they don't like their man. Can I-
Okay.
yes, can I unpack
That sounds very
Yes.
interesting.
So when you like him, you're willing to display him in public. You're proud of what he does. You're proud of his occupation. When he comes into the room,
Don't run.
you don't run. You don't duck and hide and say, oh. You know what I'm saying? You know, if he's a contractor, if he's into construction, if he's a mechanic, you like him. You know, some women could love their man in private. Oh, honey, I love you. I love you, you know. But when it comes to public,
married.
they're ashamed of the man.
Wow.
Men don't want you to be ashamed. Listen to me. Listen to me, brothers. I know your heart. Inside of every man is to make his family proud. He wants his wife to be proud of him. Listen, we want to make our family proud. We want to be the one who is the knight in shining armor.
Wow.
Yes, I'm telling you. And admiration speaks to light. So let's talk a bit about admiration. So to admire means to not feel ashamed of that person. You understand? You cannot feel ashamed. I mean, I've been around couples whereby, you know, the wife is ashamed of the husband.
Wow.
You know, she praises other men. She says, oh, look at what he is doing. Why can't you be like him? No, wrong thing. So it's very close to respect. But admiration is all about liking that person. Okay?
Nice.
So great. Yeah. So some of the ways that, you know, some women will say, okay, why should I admire him? There's nothing to admire, right? I always say, try to find the thing. There's a saying that when you focus on what you don't have, you'll realize how little you have.
Yes.
But if you focus on what you do have,
Yes.
you'll realize how much you have. So you have to focus. They say anything you focus on will amplify.
Yes.
So you have to focus on those things that you do admire about him. Start somewhere.
Yes.
He go out, he provides.
Yes.
He might not be as romantic as you want him to be, but start with, hey, honey, I admire how you go out and you provide for us.
Yes.
So you do it by words. You tell him. Yes.
There's
go ahead.
actually one story about a man. He wasn't a romantic type, and he didn't do as much as the wife expected him to do. But she was advised, she was educated about respect and admiration, and you know, she thought about doing things a little bit different just to see if she would get a different result.
Right.
And she did go home and she said to him, you know, I'm sorry for beating down on you most of the time, but I just want to let you know that I love the way that you are providing for our family.
Wow.
You know, I
Wow.
really love that. You know, you go out and you work so hard for the family.
Yes.
The man took the whole family out and he
That's
treated
it.
them because it did something
Yes,
to him.
yes, yes.
You know, he felt accepted, he felt loved. She spoke his language,
That's good.
and so it resulted in a response. And so that's what I'm hearing you saying, that there's at least something,
Right.
there's at least one or more
Yes.
things that we as women can compliment,
And
you know,
you would-
admire
Yeah.
in our men.
Anything you praise, you will get that person to do
Wow.
it again and again. It's just like praising a child.
Yes.
You praise a child, he's going to do it again because he loves the praise.
Yes.
And there's a scripture, quickly, that says, gives glory and strength unto God.
Yes.
And he's talking about men.
Yes.
So the question is, how can a man who was created by God give to God, who is omniscient, all powerful, strength, glory, and honor? Is through praise.
Wow.
So you see,
That's
so the woman who is the weaker vessel can empower the man and
Yes.
give him strength
Wow.
to do things and to go out and be a champion
Yes.
on the family's behalf. That's amazing. That.
It is amazing.
Oh man, girl, you got power, man.
That's a very good point. So
Okay.
when we have to show admiration to our men, I find at least one thing that he's doing right, and just let him know that you appreciate and you love that.
That's it. And these are learned behaviors, guys. Trust me, they're learned behaviors. So let's talk about women again. We're winding down. We're down to number 4. I see money.
I see money coming.
Right.
So the next need that I have on my list is financial security. A woman wants to know that she is secured financially.
Talk about that.
Just as a woman desires to feel secured and protected emotionally, it's the same thing with finance. You know, we understand, we get it that, you know, it's not all the men, they're gonna have that job, that 6-figure job. But we want to know that we are secured financially. We don't want to feel threatened about our future. You know, we have things that we desire to do, goals that we have that we want to achieve, and we don't want to know that they cannot be achieved because of financial constraints. And so we want to know that our men understand the desires that we have. A woman doesn't want to be concerned or preoccupied with thoughts. Am I gonna have a roof over my head next month? Are my children gonna be hungry because there's no provision financially that is being made for them? So a woman wants to know that she's free. She has that peace of mind when it comes to finance. The basic needs are being taken care of. Something that you said earlier, you said that men want women to know, want them to like them, to feel proud of them, stuff like that. So she wants to also know that she is being taken care of. That she, if the man wants to go out, she can dress properly, she can take a trip to the spa, that they can go for dinners sometimes, not every time, but sometimes. So she don't want finance to be a factor that is affecting the relationship negatively. She wants to be free to do things. She wants to be free to know that her kids are taken care of, the home is being taken care of. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So financial security is very, very important to a woman.
And I know you men out there, I know that's the reason why you go so hard at it, and you're trying to get to do investments and to do all that you do is really for the family. Yes. You know, and as men, we feel more fulfilled when we have the ability to provide than to get. Wow. That's amazing. A man feels more fulfilled when he can give money than get money. Wow. That's why you see when a man is out of a job. You want to know, honey, well, I'm going to take care of you so long. Why are you so depressed? No, because men are connected to the soil.
Yes.
Remember, God took man from the soil. Yes. He took woman from man. Yes. So woman is always desirous of that relationship component. However, as men, we are connected to our jobs and what we do. Great, great. So we're winding down, right? Yes.
So 4 nuggets have already gone.
Yes.
So what's the 4th point that you want to share with us as a need for men?
So the 4th thing a man needs is encouragement. Nice. Encouragement. A man needs encouragement. All right. So what does that look like? Encouragement for me, right, is for a woman to provide emotional support, especially when that man has failed in an area of his life.
Wow.
Right. He might have failed morally. He might have,
lost his job.
Yeah, committed adultery, and he feels ashamed. He feels down. He feels like he has failed the family. He might have lost his job. He feels down. He feels like he's incapacitated to provide for the family. In that moment, the greatest thing a woman can do is encourage him. Oh, that's true.
So instead of criticizing him for the mistake that he made, they're expecting us as women to be their cheerleader at that time.
That's it.
Not just in the good times when everything is glorious, but actually come the word of encouragement. You're going to make it to this storm.
That's it.
You know, something else is better for you there. So we're doing this together.
And we had experience like that too.
Yes.
We had experience whereby I lost a job. And I came home and you told me, honey, don't worry, we're gonna make it. You started looking for a job for me. And prayed, and you found a job. And it makes a man feel like, hey, this is my ride or die chick, man. Trust me, So Encouragement. All right. So how do you
encourage
Yes.
your men?
That's
the
it.
good time and the bad time. Encourage.
Yeah.
your men.
And encourage is like checkpoints.
Yes.
You know, a man is keep going. Like he's providing, he's going. Every now and again, you gotta check in and say, hey, honey, pause for a moment. We appreciate what you do.
Wow.
We appreciate you going out. Because let me tell you something. If a man is not going out providing, trust me, he have to love the woman to go out and provide. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a form whereby we express love as well. So we understand, ladies and gentlemen, that sometimes the languages might be off. There's a good book called The 5 Love Languages, and we need to learn these languages. And I think that our relationship will be so successful if we put the discipline, if we put the practice, if we put the language to some of these things.
You know what? It's very interesting because some people say that marriage is boring. Or being in a relationship with the same person for a long-term relationship. But I personally feel that there is so much that you have to learn about the person.
Right?
So
That's
much
true.
that we need to learn about the opposite sex. That
So true.
it's always an ever-learning experience, you know, and there's no
And you're
point in
growing.
time.
You're growing and developing as well.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
there is no point in time to be bored because there's so much things that you can uncover about yourself, about your spouse, about men, about women that can help to strengthen the relationship. So instead of saying, I'm bored in this relationship, no, take another approach. Start reading something. Start doing something that you don't usually do.
That's true.
You know.
So what I'm hearing you say is that every woman,
Yes.
you can tell how serious a woman is when you check her library.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you're a woman and you don't have one book on a man, you're not serious about learning about that man who you live with. If I live with a woman and I don't have any resources on a woman, I'm not serious about my education and learning about you as a woman.
And something else that can also be done is to make it more interesting. Become a protege of a couple,
Right.
of a successful couple or married couple. Try to find out from them what is it that they're doing to make their marriage relationship work.
Correct.
Develop mentors, go on double dates with them.
Seminars.
Yes, find out things that you don't know and apply it to your relationship to make it even more interesting and strong.
That sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah, we're winding down. We're coming down to the last two.
two.
In terms of the needs for a man and the needs for a woman. I hope you're enjoying this. We really did this for you.
Yes.
We want to give back. We've been married 16 years. Good marriage for life.
Good marriage for life. Actually, April when? What's the date in April?
Hey, come on, please. April 15th.
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna be
2006, April 15th.
So we're gonna be celebrating our 17th year
Woo-hoo.
anniversary this year.
I'm telling you.
But by the grace of God,
Yes.
marriage takes a lot of work and
Yes,
a lot of
yes.
investment. But once you are willing to make it work and see your partner be the best version of themselves in that relationship, it's gonna work.
And another thing I want to let you know is that you have to make allowances for that person to grow.
Yes.
And that's what my wife did. She allowed me to become the man that God wanted me to be. And that's not easy because growing is ugly. And especially when you have to grow and make mistakes in the presence of another individual.
Yes.
That individual have to make the allowances and have to be patient to see the end product. The same way with you.
Yes.
You have blossomed so much. When I married her, she was very, very beautiful, but she had blossomed so much. And they said diamonds, right? Diamonds are created under pressure, right?
He's trying to make it on his podcast.
All right.
It's not happening today.
All right.
I'm not gonna mess up
All
my
right,
makeup.
she's already blushing. All right. Okay, let's
Thank
go
you
with
so
the
much. I
yeah.
really appreciate those kind of
No
words.
problem.
Thank you so much.
Definitely. Yeah. So let's talk about what's the other need for a woman.
The last need that I have, mind you, there are more, but we're just talking about
Listen.
the top ones.
Could I say something, guys? My wife, she's bilingual or trilingual. She speaks every language.
Thank you. Okay, so the last point that I have here is commitment.
Wow, commitment.
Yes.
What is that?
So for a woman, we want to know that our partners are committed in what they're doing. We grew up in the Caribbean, and I grew up in a household where I often heard my mom say, the men need to come up. They need to be family men, spend time with your family. And you know, I didn't really appreciate what she was saying back then because I was young. But as I grow older, I'm really seeing the need for men to be committed. Committed to their families, spend time with the children. We're living in a world today where the children, you know, they're just here, there, and everywhere. They need direction. And so for us, seeing our men, the husbands, really taking that leadership role and just being committed to the family, committed to the children, committed to the relationship, you know, it speaks volume.
Come on.
Taking that leadership role, praying for the family, you know, and all these things, it really makes us really fulfill that need for committedness.
Interesting.
Commitment.
Wow. Commitment.
Yes.
So women need commitment.
Absolutely.
We need you to be faithful
Yes.
to your responsibilities, to family.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing.
Most of the times we see women, the women are the committed one. They take the role, they train the children, and we see it with a lot of single family families that we have today in our communities. The women, they're the ones that are doing almost everything, right? But we want to see the men, you know, do better. You know, be committed to the children, the household, to, you know, being even in their marriages, in their relationships. That's what.
So you hear that? Commitment.
Yes, commitment.
Commitment. And commitment also builds character. All right? Yeah, so you gotta be committed. I love that. So,
what's the last point that you have on your
yes.
list?
The last one I have on my list is physical attraction.
Physical attraction.
Yes. This is
Let's
one of the
unpack that.
Yes, let's unpack
That's the
that.
one.
Listen, a woman is like a work of art. And anytime you see a painting, who gets the praise? You hear of Michelangelo, you hear of these great painters, you hear of a great philosopher who have written a book. And anytime there's a work of art, they praise the author of that work.
Wow.
Anytime your wife steps into a room, I want people to say, that's James' wife. You understand me? You know, some men might say, oh, I don't want anybody watching my wife. No, I want heads to turn. That's James' wife. So which means physical attraction is so important because it makes a man feel proud. It makes a man say, there goes my work of art.
Wow.
There goes what I've worked on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Not just inwardly. And the inward part, and how men, if you could romance her, make sure that she is mentally secure, financially secure, I could see that spilling off into her physical attraction.
Wow.
So physical attraction, how does a woman, especially a woman who have been married for quite some time, who have had children, how does she maintain that physical attractiveness? Now, let me talk something about physical attraction. First thing is that men are turned on by what they see.
All men?
All men, yeah. I have spoken to some men, and some men said, "Man, listen, I love a big woman." You know what I'm saying? I love a mumpy. But you know, but still, even though if you love them small, medium, or big, it's still your eyes.
Yes.
It's still something that you're attracted with your eyes. When God created Eve and presented Eve to Adam, Adam never had a conversation with Eve, but he said, "Whoa, that is not a giraffe. That ain't no camel. That's a woman." You know, there's a story one time of a father who took his son. You know, they were living out in the countryside, and he said, "Son, we're gonna go into the town for the first time ever." So they went to the town, and they saw many things. They went into many stores, they saw cars. So there was a group of women passing, and you know, the first time he's ever seen a girl, and his eyes went like this. No, mind you, a car passed, nothing. You know, he sees stores, he sees clothes, nothing. But when he saw those girls, boom! You know what I mean? And then the father took him back home, and the father said, "Son, we went to town for the first time. You saw many things, right?" Oh, sorry. When he saw the girls, right? He said, "What are those?" The father said, "Oh, that's just a pair of geese," right? So when he took him back home now, he said, "Son, we went into the town. What interests you the most?" He said, "Daddy, you want a pair of geese." It goes to show you that there is an attraction, there's just a physical attraction when it comes to men and their eyes. That's why you see men want to make love with the lights on. We want to see, we get turned on by what we see. Women, you're talking their ears and in the dark, right? You know what I'm saying? But yes, that's physical attraction. But let me talk a bit about physical attraction. So how does a woman maintain her physical attraction? Number one, work on your body. All right, do the manicures, the pedicures. Get into the gym, exercise.
Yes.
All right, you don't have to be like a Coke bottle shape, right? But I find that, and another thing that you can help to maintain your physical attractiveness is improve your wardrobe. Know what to wear, when to wear. You understand me? But you're looking good. You're looking good. Trust me. So you got to know what to wear and when to wear it.
Yes.
Let me say that again. What to wear and when to wear it.
Yes.
They have some women, it's like they're in the house and everything back down. No, loosen up.
No easy access.
Yeah, no easy. Loosen up when you're home. Know what to wear, when to wear. So improve on your wardrobe, improve on your body.
Yes.
All right, and I think we have a date to go exercising together on the treadmill.
Absolutely.
And it's coming up. And it's coming up. Yes. So we excited. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. We have gone through some of the things. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna see how I could learn this woman all over again. All right. So I encourage you out there, continue to work on your marriage. All right. Anything you work on, it will grow and it will work for you. Honey, I had a wonderful time too.
I had a wonderful time too. And just as you're encouraging audience, I just want to encourage persons out there. Men, get to know the needs of a woman. Get to know the love languages that your partner is speaking and what they desire to make them, feel more loved and cared for. Anything that is worthwhile in life, you have to invest in. Marriage is no different. Take time to invest in your marriage and you're going to see it grow into something beautiful.
So there you have it, the Man Go podcast, the woman behind the man. That's it. Good marriage for life.
Good marriage for life.
That's it. God bless you. See you next time.